Namaskaram. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. On behalf of Krishnamacharya Yoga Mandiram, I welcome you to day 24 of Dhanur Dhya Sadhana, the 24th day of Margashirsha. Shri Krishna Vagishayatishwarabhyam Samprapta Chakrankana Bhashya Saram Shri Nutnarangendra Yatau Samarpitaswam Shri Krishnamaryam Guruvaryamide Virodhe Kartike Mase Shatatara Krutodayam Yogacharyam Krishnamaryam Guruvaryamaham Bhaje Krishna Suri Daya Patram Jnana Vairagya Bhushanam Srimat Venkatanatharyam Vandeham Yogadeshikam Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. For our focus today, I'm going to be starting off with a reference to today's Pasuram in the context of a specific verse from the Bhagavad Gita, after which we will move on to use the Angavandana and the Dwadasha Nama Panjara in the practice for today. In chapter 4, verse 8 of the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. For the protection of the noble, the sadhus, and for the destruction of the evil, and for the re-establishment, the resurgence of dharma samsthapanarthaya, because every time with the passage of time, as our notions of dharma and adharma tend to get skewed, and there is a decline in dharma, he says, then I return, sambhavami, I return in yuga after yuga for these threefold purposes: for the protection of the noble, for the destruction of the evil. Here again, when we use these words of being noble or being malevolent, we must always remember that the purpose of these avatars is to effect a transformation in the prevailing dominance of rajas and tamas as gunas that cause us, that drive our thoughts, our words, and our actions towards the path of adharma. And so to bring us back to the path of dharma is the purpose of these avatars. In today's Pasuram, this is known as the Potri Pasuram. Potri, we have seen the same words used a few days ago when we looked at Tiruvempavai 20, where repeatedly the phrase Adi Potri, Padam Potri, Padamalar Potri was used by Manikavasagar, speaking about the foot of Shiva, specifically the raised foot of Nataraja. You have a similar reference here. The importance of the feet are highlighted time and time again by the Acharya Paramparas. This is also known as the Palland Pasuram. It's comparable to very famous Palland Pasuram, in which the Alvar, in his outpouring with great love, he says, may you live. He is addressing Narayana himself, and he says, may you live very long time. And we will explore this towards the end of this Dhanur Dhya Sadhana. Andru ivulagam alandai adi potri. This is a reference to the Vamana Avatara, where Krishna, Bhagavan Vishnu appears as Vamana, a short-statured Brahmana, dwarf-like in structure, who beseeches Mahabali for just 3 steps of land. Mahavishnu takes that avatara in order to humble the pride of Mahabali. It is We have seen Andal refer to the Vamana Avatara 3 times. This is the third reference. Possibly a connection to the 3 feet that he takes, 3 steps. So with one pace, the earth is covered. With the second, the heavens. The third is placed on Mahabali's head. He's not vanquished, he's not destroyed, but he is pressed into the nether regions to rule the entire nether regions as their king. So, Andru Ivulagam Alandai Adi Potri, Sendrangu Ten Ilankai Chetrai Tiral Potri. A reference to Rama, his journey to Lanka to bring back Sita, who has been abducted by Ravana. Pondra Shakatam Udaithai Pugal Potri. We sing the glories of your foot, the glory with which you, as a mere infant, you kicked the Asura, came in the form of a Shakata. Shakata is a cart. When there was an incident that is narrated where Yashoda is holding baby Krishna, and she just places him down beneath the shade of a cart. And that cart is an Asura who has taken the form of a cart, intent on killing baby Krishna. Playfully, he just kicks the cart, and as he does so, the Asura is destroyed. Kandru Kunil Avverindai Kajal Potri. Again, a reference to yet another Asura known as Vatsasura, who was also destroyed by Krishna. Kundru Kudayai Edittai Gunam Potri. We praise, we glorify your magnanimity in lifting up Govardhana, the mountain Govardhana, to protect all the citizens of Gokula from the deluge of rain sent by Indra. Vendru pagai kedukkum nin kayyil veil potri. Here there is a specific reference to the veil, the spear that is held by Krishna. We see this reference to the veil. We see it in the very first Pasuram. And here again, Andal refers to this. It's very unusual because Krishna is associated with the flute, Mahavishnu associated with the Shankha, Chakra, the Gada, and so on. Never depicted with the veil, with the spear. But we must remember that Krishna comes from the pastoral community, from the Yadava community, whose primary profession is cattle rearing. And historically, when any conqueror or anyone who wanted to take over a land wanted to make an entry, the first point of weakness would be the pastoral lands where the cattle were grazing. And if they could take control of that, they could take control of the economy of the land they were trying to invade, which is why the cowherd community was always armed with spears to be able to respond to such challenges instantly. Endrendrum un sevagame etipparai kolvan indriyam vandom irangelor empavai. So Andal says, we have come today, all of us are here today to sing your glory. We are here to be of service to you. We are here to offer the very essence of our being unto your feet, the feet that have traveled. Always the reference to the feet in any tradition, and why we honor the feet is because of the journey that we make on foot. Therefore, they represent a journey towards the establishment of dharma. In the case of the gurus, we always honor the paduka because these are the slippers that bear the feet of the guru who has traveled great distances in the pursuit of jnana. And so here we see repeatedly these references to Krishna, to Rama, to the feet of Bhagavan. The underlying purpose of all these avatars, of the Krishna avatara, of the Rama avatara, of all the avatars has been protection. Protection in times for those who are in distress in order to re-establish a dharma that is declining. And it is important for us to invoke the power of this protection. This is why In the chanting tradition also, we have many mantras, many stotras that also act as kavachas. They act like shields surrounding us, protecting us. And the idea being that at any point of time, there can be inimical forces that might attempt to assault us. They could be physical assaults or they could be intellectual assaults. And we have to fortify ourselves against such assaults, including increasingly, I think the last few years in a post-pandemic world have also taught us the importance of shielding ourselves from our own vulnerability to new potent viruses and therefore such kind of attacks as well. Here, this is the focus for the practice where she says, you have taken so many forms, walked countless miles. We see in the story of Rama, 14 years is the time that Rama's journey is Rama Ayanam, much of which is spent in the forest. Subsequently, Sita is abducted, and then Rama walks all the way to Lanka, brings Sita back. Similarly, you see Krishna going from, taken from Mathura to Vrindavan, subsequently goes back to Mathura, subsequently, in order to protect his clan, his community from the onslaught of Jarasandha, he moves the entire community of the Yadava community to another safe location in Dwaraka. Krishna also walks as Pandava Duta. He's the emissary of the Pandavas, trying to negotiate a peaceful reconciliation to the pending battle. This is prior to the Mahabharata, prior to the Yuddha, the war at Kurukshetra. So you see that they might be divine in origin, but once here in human form, then these are avatars that show us how to walk the path of Dharma. And in that, how as we walk the path of Dharma, we embrace, we take others along. That is the message of these avatars, because in so many ways, both Rama and Krishna touch the lives of countless people, uh, be it the rishis who were in the Dandakaranya, be it the Gopas and the Gopis of Vrindavana, be it the Vanara Sena of Sugriva, or be it Krishna's intervention in the events at Hastinapura. You see repeatedly how these avatars touch so many lives, bringing protection, bringing grace, bringing abundance, bringing joy. And this is the protection. This is much needed in these times. And so we will, for today's practice, focus on creating such a circle of protection all around us. I will be using the Dwadasha Nama. We will use it in asana, we will use it in pranayama, and we will use it along with certain nyasams and the visualization. I'd like you to please take a comfortable seated position. Just take a 5 or 6 breaths to settle your mind. Eyes closed, back straight, chin down. Now, please stand up. Do a simple movement. You start with your palms folded, placed in front of your chest. As I chant, I'm using the Dwadasha Nama. These are the 12 namas of Mahavishnu. As I chant, raise your arms above. As you repeat the chant, draw them in a wide circle around you. Right? Thrice facing the front. Then turn to your right. You'll do the next 3 namas. Again, turn to your right, which means you'll face directly backwards from where you began. The next 3 namas. Again, turn to your right. So you would be facing to your left. And so again, 3 namas there. Every time, inhale up, I will chant. As you chant, draw the hands in a wide circle, bring them back to your heart, visualizing the creation of a space of protection around you. Please stand up comfortably. Palms folded in front of the chest. Inhale. You could do this with your eyes open or closed, whichever is comfortable. If you have issues with balance, then keep your eyes open. Inhale. Om Keshavaya Namaha. Chant. Draw the hands down in a wide circle. Om Keshavaya Namaha. Inhale. Om Narayanaya Namaha. Om Narayanaya Namaha. Inhale. Om Madhavaya Namaha. Om Madhavaya Namaha. Please turn to your right side. Inhale. Om Govindaya Namaha. Om Govindaya Namaha. Inhale. Om Vishnave Namaha. Om Vishnave Namaha. Om Madhusudanaya Namaha. Om Madhusudanaya Namaha. Turn again to your right, facing backwards. Inhale. Om Trivikramaya Namaha. Om Trivikramaya Namaha. Om Vamanaya Namaha. Om Vamanaya Namaha. Om Shridharaya Namaha. Om Shridharaya Namaha. Turn again to your right. Inhale. Om Hrishikeshaya Namaha. Om Hrishikeshaya Namaha. Om Padmanabhaya Namaha. Om Padmanabhaya Namaha. Om Damodaraya Namaha. Om Damodaraya Namaha. Now, please sit down. Take a comfortable seated position. Back straight, eyes closed, chin down. Now, as you breathe, we will do pranayama. As you inhale, as you bring the breath in, as you bring your air in, simply visualize that as there's an expansion, visualize that you're creating a circle, first circle of protection around you. As you exhale, chant. Just visualize being held within that circle. We will create 12 such circles. The next time you inhale, visualize another circle, slightly larger. Chant again on your exhale, visualizing being held within this circle. So on, creating 12 concentric circles from closest to your body to farthest from the body. Visualize with every breath that you're drawing. As you inhale, you visualize that you're drawing the circle. Chant on your exhale, visualizing being supported inside. I will chant on your inhale. Please repeat on your exhale. I'm going to chant very slowly. I'm adding more words. So ensure that you breathe in slowly, visualize this circle. Try to repeat the same chant on your exhale. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Keshavaya Namaha. Chant. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Keshavaya Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanaya Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanaya Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Madhavaya Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Madhavaya Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Govindaya Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Govindaya Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Vishnave Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Vishnave Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Madhusudanaya Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Madhusudanaya Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Trivikramaya Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Trivikramaya Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Vamanaya Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Vamanaya Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Sridharaya Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Sridharaya Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Rishikeshaya Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Rishikeshaya Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Padmanabhaya Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Padmanabhaya Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Damodaraya Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Damodaraya Namaha. Now, visualize that you're seated within these 12 circles of protection created by invoking the 12 namas of Mahavishnu Keshava, the one who destroyed the Asura Keshi, Narayana, the one who's the final abode, the refuge of all of us, Madhava, the one who is the destroyer of Madhu, Govinda, the one who protects us like cattle, like the Pashu. He is the cowherd who embraces us. We are the Pashu who seek his protection. Vishnave Namaha, the one who is the destroyer, the one who is all pervasive. Madhusudanaya Namaha, the one again who's destroyed. You could also say Madhava has to do with the one who's the consort of the mother herself, of Rama. Vamana, Trivikramaya Namaha, Vamanaya Namaha. Trivikrama, the form that spans the earth and the heavens. Vamana, the small dwarf-like form. Hrishikesha, the one who has conquered, is the master of the senses. Padmanabha, the one from whose navel emerges the lotus upon which sits Brahma, the creator, indicating the source and the dissolution of the universe. Damodara, the one who allowed himself to be tied around the waist by the dama, by the kayar, by the rope, simply as an acknowledgement of Yashoda's great love for him, the one who allows himself to be tied by the rope of bhakti. And so different namas, these are traditional. It is conventional prior to the practice of Sandhya Vandanam to do a process known as the Anga Vandanam, where the different names of Lord Vishnu are uttered, touching different parts of the body using specific fingers of the right hand. This is a symbolic indication that all our senses have to be directed in service of the divine, that all that we do, all that we endeavor to do must be directed in the service of the whole, of the collective, because it is in the service of all that is around us that we truly serve the divine. And when the senses are made introspective, when you make them inward oriented, rather than their perennial seeking of gratification from external objects, then this withdrawal that we call pratyahara will pave the way for a meditative, contemplative state of mind. Now, we will touch different parts, and these are also connected to the Panchabhuta. So, the thumb and the mouth are the seats of fire, Agni, and therefore, the first two mantras, the thumb touches the cheeks. Then, the ring finger and the eye so both are associated with the sun, and so you use the ring finger, the tip, to touch the two eyes. Then, the forefinger is used to touch the two sides of the nose. It's associated, the forefinger and the nostrils are associated with Vayu as an element. Then the little finger and the ears are both associated with Indra. And so you touch the little finger to both the ears. Then the middle finger and the shoulders are the seats of Prajapati, the progenitor of all beings. So you use the middle finger to touch the right and left shoulders. Subsequently, all the 5 fingers are held together to touch the navel and the top of the head. So we will do this now. I will chant once. This is an adaptation of the Anga Vandana, because in the Sandhya Vandana, it's generally you just chant the names very quickly. We're going to do it slowly, visualizing that you're invoking the protection of Mahavishnu as you touch every part of the body using the fingers of your right hand. Eyes closed, just follow my instructions. Now, please use your right thumb to touch the right cheek. I will chant on your inhale. Please repeat as you breathe out. Om Keshavaya Namaha. Om Keshavaya Namaha. Left cheek. Om Narayanaya Namaha. Om Narayanaya Namaha. Use the ring finger to touch your right eyelid. Om Madhavaya Namaha. Om Madhavaya Namaha. Left eyelid. Om Govindaya Namaha. Om Govindaya Namaha. Right forefinger tip to touch the right side of the nose. Om Vishnave Namaha. Om Vishnave Namaha. The left side of your nose. Om Madhusudanaya Namaha. Om Madhusudanaya Namaha. The little finger to touch the right ear. Om Trivikramaya Namaha. Om Trivikramaya Namaha. Left ear. Om Vamanaya Namaha. Om Vamanaya Namaha. The middle finger to touch the right shoulder. Om Shridharaya Namaha. Om Shridharaya Namaha. Left shoulder. Om Hrishikeshaya Namaha. Om Hrishikeshaya Namaha. Now all the fingers press together like a bud. Touch the navel. Om Padmanabhaya Namaha. Om Padmanabhaya Namaha. The same 5 fingers on the top of your head. Om Damodaraya Namaha. Om Damodaraya Namaha. Bring your hands down. Now we move on to using the Dwadasha Nama Panjaram. Panjaram is cage. You're literally creating a cage, a massive cage, using the 12 namas. It's a very beautiful, rarely seen stotra known as the Dwadasha Nama Panjara, where we are invoking all these forms of Vishnu. And so I will call out to you the name and the direction. I'd like you to please sit facing the east. We will start with the east, but I will call out the different directions. Simply visualize being protected from anything that can be a threat that's coming to you from that direction. In the east, may Keshava protect me. In the west, may Narayana protect me. From above, let Madhava protect me. In the southern direction, let Govinda protect me. In the north, let Vishnu protect me. In the southeast, let killer of Madhu, protect me. In the southwest, let me be protected by Trivikrama. In the northwest, by Vamana. In the northeast, by Sridhara. From below, because these are 8, you have the 4 cardinal, the 4 ordinal directions, above and below. So let Rishikesha protect me from below. Let Padmanabha be seated in my heart. And let Damodara, who's present everywhere, inside and outside, protect me. In this manner, I have entered into the cage made by these 12 names. And so I have nothing to fear. This is a strong affirmation because our greatest obstacle on the path of any sadhana is fear, doubt, fear, anxiety, and therefore a constant need to question. Samshaya and bhaya are great detriments. Simply sublimate yourself to this protection that is surrounding you from everywhere, as if you are willingly locking yourself. You're entering into that cage. This is literally the world around you. It's not a short, small, confined cage. We are speaking about Mahavishnu, the one who is everywhere, who is all pervasive. You can imagine as wide an enclosure, a sphere of protection as your mind can conceive. This is not to make you feel constrained or locked in, but to create the belief that we are held in every direction, from above and below, from inside and outside, by the power and the protection of these namas. So I will chant, just visualize being protected in this manner from the different directions. Then simply, I will chant again. I would like you to just stay with that visualization. We'll run to through the chanting twice. Please sit facing the east. Take a minute. Just ensure you're facing the east. From there, you can identify the other directions. From the east, visualize being protected by Keshava. The directions are as follows. Prachi is the east, Pratichi is the west, Udichi is the north, Dakshina is the south. Sometimes the terms are different. Purastat, what is in front is the east, Paschat is the west. Then you have Urdhva, above, Adha, below. Then you have Eshani, Eshanyam, which is northeast, Agni, southeast, northeast and southeast, Nirriti, that's southwest, and Vayavya, just northwest. Visualize Keshava protecting you from the east. Purastat Keshava Patu Chakri Jambunada Prabha. From the west, Narayana. Paschannarayana Shankhi Neelaji Muta Sannibha. From above, Madhava. Indi Varadala Shyamu Madhavurdhvam Gadadaraha. From the southern direction, Govinda. Govindo Dakshine Parshve Dhanvi Chandra Prabho Mahan. From the north, Mahavishnu. Uttare Halabhrid Vishnu Padmakinjalka Sannibha. In the southeast, Agneya Maravindabho Musali Madhusudana. Madhusudana protecting the southeast. The southwest, Trivikrama. Trivikrama Kadgapanir Nirrityam Jwalana Prabha. From Vayavya, northwest, Vamana. Vayavyam Vamanu Vajri Tarunaditya Deeptiman. Ishanyam. Ishanyam, the Ishani Dik, which is the northeast. ऐशान्यं पुण्डरीकाभ श्रीधर पट्टसायुधः. Sridhara from the northeast, from below Rishikesha. विद्युत्प्रभो हृषीकेशः स बाह्यान् दिशि मुद्गरी. Now let Padmanabha, who has all the weapons, all the powers, protect me from everywhere. हृत्पद्मे पद्मनाभो मे सहस्रार्कसमप्रभः सर्वायुधः सर्वशक्तिः सर्वज्ञः सर्वतोमुखः. So Padmanabha in the heart, Damodara both inside and outside. इन्द्रगोपकशङ्काशः पाशहस्तोपराजितः सबाह्याभ्यन्तरं देहं व्याप्य दामोदरस्थितिः. In this manner, I have entered this impenetrable, invincible cage built up of the 12 namas. I have nothing to fear. एवं सर्वत्र मच्छिद्रं नाम द्वादश पञ्जरं प्रविष्टोऽहं न मे किञ्चित् भयमस्ति कदाचन. I'll run you through the same stotram again. Visualize the different forms of Mahavishnu protecting you in all the 8 directions, above, below, inside and outside. पुरस्तात् केशवः पातु चक्रीजाम्बूनदप्रभः पश्चान्नारायणः शङ्खी नीलजीमूतसन्निभः. इन्दीवरदलश्यामो माधवोर्ध्वङ्गदाधरः गोविन्दो दक्षिणे पार्श्वे धन्वी चन्द्रप्रभो महान् उत्तरे हलभृद्विष्णोः पद्मकिञ्जल्कसन्निभः आग्नेयामरविन्दाभो मुसली मधुसूदनः त्रिविक्रमः खड्गपाणिः निवृत्त्यां ज्वलनप्रभः वायव्यां वामनो वज्री तरुणादित्यदीप्तिमान् ईशान्यं पुण्डरीकाभः श्रीधरः पट्टसायुधः विद्युत्प्रभो हृषीकेशः स बाह्यां दिशि मुद्गरी. हृत्पद्मे पद्मनाभो मे सहस्रार्कसमप्रभः सर्वायुधः सर्वशक्तिः सर्वज्ञः सर्वतोमुखः. इन्द्रगोपकसङ्काशः पाशहस्तोपराजितः सबाह्याभ्यन्तरं देहं व्याप्य दामोदरस्थितः. एवं सर्वत्र मच्छिद्रं नाम द्वादश पञ्जरं प्रविष्टोऽहं न मे किञ्चित् भयं नास्ति कदाचन. एवं सर्वत्र मच्छिद्रं नाम द्वादश पञ्जरं प्रविष्टोऽहं न मे किञ्चित् भयं नास्ति कदाचन. एवं सर्वत्र मच्छिद्रं नाम द्वादश पञ्जरं प्रविष्टोऽहं न मे किञ्चित् भयं नास्ति कदाचन. Stay with this visual of being protected in every direction by the different forms of Mahavishnu. Visualize this to be the safest space, safe in every way that you can envision. Stay with this visual for a couple of minutes. Now, offer your gratitude to Mahavishnu as the Antaryaman who dwells within, who protects from within and protects from without. As the single Ishvara, the source of all life, and that which enlivens, empowers all creation. Draw your attention back to the breath as you offer your gratitude mentally. वनमाली गदी शार्ङ्गी शङ्खी चक्री च नन्दकी श्रीमान्नारायणो विष्णुर्वासुदेवोऽभिरक्षतु वनमाली गदी शार्ङ्गी शङ्खी चक्री च नन्दकी श्रीमान्नारायणो विष्णुर्वासुदेवोऽभिरक्षतु वनमाली गदी शार्ङ्गी शङ्खी चक्री च नन्दकी श्रीमान्नारायणो विष्णुर्वासुदेवोऽभिरक्षतु कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि सर्वं श्रीकृष्णार्पणमस्तु. You can open your eyes when you're ready. Take a minute to stay in this space of protection that you have created. Just linger for a few minutes or so before you get up for your next task. Thank you for joining me this evening. We meet again tomorrow, day 25 of Dhanur Dhya Sadhana. Thank you. Namaskar.